Hello everyone, in today's tutorial we are going to look at how to design funeral book page 4 and 9. So that brings us to part 6 of our journey in funeral book program design so far. Alright, so without wasting further time, please let's get into our work. So let's jump straight into Photoshop. Alright, so this is our Photoshop launch over here for us. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to create a new document. Okay, now to create a new document, you go to file and you pick new, and then let's change preset to international paper, and the paper size we are using is A3, and then let's reduce our resolution to 100, and then from there you leave your color mode to RGB since we are not going to print this out. Then hit on OK. Alright, so this paper is standing or is in a portrait form, so I want it to be in a landscape form. So I'll go to image and go to image rotation and rotate this 90 degrees clockwise. Alright, so I want to fit this to the screen, so I'll press Ctrl O to fit this. To fit this to the screen, I want to fit this to the screen, so I'll come to fit screen. Alright, and then that is it over there. Now the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to divide the page into two. Okay, you know, as a book fold or brochure, it's in book fold. Okay, so let's go to view and let's go to new guide and let's set this on vertical, and then the position should be 50% and hit on OK. Alright, so your page has been divided into two for you. So this is the guide dividing the page. This is the page 9, and this part will also be page. Okay, alright, so now let's quickly start our project. Alright, so to do that, I want us to design the background. Okay, if we want to make the background look more appealing to our clients or your customers who you might be working for. Alright, so let's go to file, and I have a source files over there which we made available at the description for you to also download. Alright, so the first one that I want us to use for our background is this droplet of water. Alright, so let's pick that like this, and now let's zoom or open it up to fill the entire workspace like this. So as it has filled it for us, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to reduce the opacity to 20 so that we'll get a background like this. Alright, now the next thing is let's go back to our file and let's bring in the next source file, and the next one we are going to use is this one. So we'll place this one over here like this, and then we are going to open this up like this. Okay, as it is open for you like this, next we are going to edit and let's go to transform and let's flip this horizontal. Alright, so that we'll have a rotation like this. Alright, the next thing that we are going to do is go to your blending option and put this on screen. Alright, I think the screen is too plain, so I want us to pick that from there and let's put that on multiply rather. Alright, so that's the water droplets, and then this will multiply. Now let's reduce the opacity for that picture to 20 so that the two will blend at the background for us like this. Alright, so the next thing we are going to do is we are going to pick our shape tool, right click on the shape tool and pick rectangle tool. Okay, and let's draw a rectangle on top like this. Okay, now open this or come to the bottom here. Now open this one, and then let's change our color to a color like this and hit on OK. Now the next thing we are going to do is duplicate this. So you bring your mouse pointer to this and right click on that and select duplicate layer and hit on OK. Now drag the duplicated layer down like this. Like this. Okay, now select the duplicated or the copied rectangle and then hit on the shape to open this on top over here for you. Now let's open the field color and then come here, open this. Now as that is open, let's bring our mouse pointer down to, let's bring it on top of the orange color, and then let's select that color, and the code is FF5B0B, and now let's hit on OK to have a color like that. Now the next thing you are going to do is select this color, select this shape over here and go to file, and let's bring in our source. So this is the next one we are using. Okay, So you select that and place that inside your Word document like this. Okay, then let's position this properly. So let me close this up a little bit like this, and I can then bring it down again. So from there, I'll right click on that and I'll select create clipping mask. Okay, and then from there, let me position this over here like this. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'll go to my blending options and I'll put this on screen like this, so that I'll get a blending like this. But I want it to reduce too much. I want it to reduce a little bit. Okay, so I'll put that around 40%. So I'll put the opacity to 40%. Now from there, let me select this and go back to my source files and bring in this one. Okay, then from there, what I'm going to do is I'll go to edit, I'll go to transform, and let me rotate this 90 degrees clockwise like this. Okay, then let me bring this down and I can then open this again. Okay, so as I position that over there, the next thing that I'll do is I'll right click on this and select create clipping mask, and I'll come to my blending option here and put this one to on soft light as well like this. Then let me reduce the opacity for this one also to 40 to get something like this. All right, I think this is looking good. All right, so now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to set a guide for the work now. So let's bring our guide to the spine side like this, and then let's bring the next one also to this place like this. And now let's come to this part, and let's come to this part also as well like this. And then the next one is let's come to this place too like this, and let's set this one also to this. Okay, so let me close this a little bit so that we'll get something like this. All right, so that is it over there for us. So the next thing we are going to do is I'm going to pick my type tool. Pick your type tool. Okay, so let's wait for it a little bit. Okay, so my type tool has been selected. So the next thing that we are going to do over here is I'll pick my type tool and I'll begin to number the page. Okay, so let's begin from this side. Okay, so I'll number here I'll number here 9. Okay, that is what I will put down there. And then what will happen next is I'll pick this, I'll move this using my down arrow key, and I'll position it over here like this. So after that, I'll go to my shape and I'll select rounded rectangle, and then as my rounded rectangle is selected, I will draw the shape to be beneath the 9. So I'll select the immediate shape or picture following the 9. Okay, then I will then draw the shape to be under that. Okay, and I'll come to the top here, the fill, and I'll change that color to black so that what I'm doing will show properly. Now let's select the tool and center them like this. Okay, well, let me reduce the height for the 9 like this. Okay, so that we get something like that. The next thing is I'll duplicate this, Ctrl J, and let's duplicate that. Now let's move the duplicated one, hold down shift and drag that to this very place. Okay, now pick your type tool, and let's change here to 4. Okay, so this place will be our page 4. Okay, all right, so as the page has been set with everything, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to begin with our typing. Okay, so let's pick our type tool again, and let's come to the top part over here and hit over there, go to your text box. Now let's copy this biography of the late. Ctrl C and let's copy that, and then Ctrl V and let's paste that over there. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to open our character box, and let's reduce the size for this to something like this. Then pick your type tool again, and let's break this, okay, so that you have something like this. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do over here is let's reduce the size a little bit for this. Now close this gap to 20. Okay, I think 20. Let me make it 22 so that this will open up a little. Alright, so let me send all of that to the top. Pick my type tool again, select this, select only this, and let me go and change my font back to beautiful people personal use. I think that is not working, so let me try some few of them. The one that's best work for me, I think this is good. This is good. Okay, then let me increase the spacing. Okay, so I'll get something like this. Okay, over there. Now let me position this. Now let me go back to my text and let me copy the nickname. Ctrl C to copy, and let me pick my type tool, and now Ctrl V and let me paste that. Okay, then let me bring that over here and position that. I think this is looking good. Then let me change the color from white to black so that I'll get something like that. Alright. Let me move this to the top, and let me move this one also to the top. Pick your type tool, and let's begin to put down some few things. Okay, now let's change that to left alignment, the paragraph to left alignment, this one on top over here. Okay, let's go back to our text and let's copy this. Ctrl C and let's copy. Now Ctrl V and now let's paste that. Then let's change the font from that to Arial Nova to a font like this. Okay, now let's reduce the size. Let's reduce the size for that font size to something like this. Okay, now let's select all of these, and then let's go back to our paragraph and let's put the paragraph on something like that. Okay, hit on OK. Now we can go back to our character and let's change the font to bold so that everything will be showing well. Now the spacing, let's reduce it. Okay, I think this is cool over there. Okay, let's go to the paragraph and let's check this one out and see. Okay, let's check this one out. Let me check this one. I think this one is okay. Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do is let me duplicate that. Ctrl J and let's duplicate. Let's drag the duplicated one to this place like this, and let's highlight all of this, and let's go back to our text and let's copy this. Ctrl C and let's copy, and now Ctrl V and now let's paste that over here so that we can get something like this. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is let's come to the top part and put the quote. Okay, now let's go and copy this quote. Okay, Ctrl C, and let's copy that. Ctrl V, and let's paste that over there. Now let's, okay, and let me bring this down and bring it to the middle part. All right, so this is looking good over there, but let me go back to my character and let me put this on light italic. Okay, so that we can have it. I think this is good over there. All right, so guys, that is it. That is it over there for us. All right, so we are done with this part of the brochure. So the next thing we are going to do is we are coming to the page 9 to work on page 9 as well. So pick your type tool again, and then let's come here, go to your text, and let's scroll down to the humes. Okay, so that is the humes, and let me quickly copy the humes. Ctrl C, and let me copy that. Okay, now let me bring in our guide over here as well, and let me bring in the next guide to this part as well. Now okay, so let me then draw a shape again using my type tool, and Ctrl V, and let's paste that over there. Okay, so let me go back and let me copy. Ctrl C, let me copy, and Ctrl V, and let's paste that over there. Now let's go to our character and let's change the font to Arial Nova, and let's put that on let me change that to Times New Roman. Times New Roman, and let me put that on bold to something like this. Okay, so the next thing is let me increase the height for that to something like this. All right, so to save time, I'm going to copy this again. Ctrl C, and I'll come to the down part. Ctrl V, and let me paste that to save time. Okay, since this is a tutorial, let me paste that again. Okay, but when you are doing actual project, please take your time and work on it perfectly. Okay, all right, so that is it over there. Now what I'll do next is I'll go back to my shape tool and pick rounded rectangle, and I'll draw a rectangle like this, and I'll change the color back to black, and I will position this at the top. Then I'll pick my type tool and I'll type on top, but not on the shape. Okay, because when you type there, do a different thing. So 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's change the color back to white and hit on OK. Now pick your move tool and position it on top. All right, so the next thing is let me bring this the hue and select the hue number, the shape, and then Ctrl J, and let me duplicate all of that and drag it to the other end like this. All right, so let me pick my type tool again. Now then let me select this, and I can then close this up a little bit. Do same for this one. close it up a little bit to something like this. Okay, open it a bit. Okay, okay, let me bring it in into the work. Okay, so we are having something like this. All right, so the next thing that I'll do is I'll pick my type tool again, and I'll come here and type the hues. Okay, now let me change the color to white. Okay, then let me position this over here like this. Then Ctrl J, and let's duplicate that and pick your type tool, and then just type the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Hymnal, that is EPCH. Okay, now let me move this inside so that we see what we are typing. Okay, so we have something like this. Okay, so that you have something like this. Now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to pick our type tool again. I will come here and type the burial and memorial service of the late Jacob Kwajo Aniwa. Okay, and let's reduce this and bring it to this end like this. Now Ctrl J, and let's duplicate this and move it to this end like this. Okay, so guys, that is the design for us. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do me a favor to subscribe to the channel for more videos to come your way. See you in my next video. Bye bye.